Hi, my name is Zack Carlson, and this is my capstone project for the Flatiron School Software Engineering Bootcamp program, which I recently graduated in January of 2021. So, welcome to MyBrary. The concept behind this site was to create a platform for people who like physical copies of books, hardback, paperback, comic, what have you. A more responsible way of owning those books instead of letting them collect dust on your bookshelf, letting them pile up. I know I, for one, buy books a lot faster than I read them, kind of meaningless trophies. So it'd be nice to get them in the hands of people that want them, that want to be reading them currently, and then I can revisit them in due time. So this site is a way for people to exchange books, see what other people have, offer up their own books. So from the login page, a new user would sign up and they can create a username, a password, get a little preview of their profile picture, and create a biography if they choose. But we have a profile, so we're just going to go back to the login screen. And this is JWT and bcrypt authenticated, so if I get the password wrong, I will get an error message. So upon logging in, a user is going to be taken to their private profile. And I am already active, so I have some dynamic information up in the nav bar as well as a currently reading carousel, but we'll get back to that. So a new user, the first thing they would see is their library bookshelf, which would be empty. And there'd be a message saying, add books to your library that you currently own and you're willing to donate to the community so that other users can find them and reserve them from you and communicate and exchange. And so you can either get to the search page from the profile, from this link here, or from the navbar dropdown under add and then library books. So we're going to go and search for some new books. And this is going to search Google's Books API and produce results based on the search. And we can see books here. And let's say we don't find what we're looking for, so we can click on the author name and search by author instead. And here we go. Let's say we have this book for demonstration purposes, and now we'll see a view book as long as it's in our library. Currently, we will see a view book as opposed to an add library. This will take us to the public books view page, not necessarily our copy, but the title for other users to discuss the book. This one might not have as much activity, but we will see that dynamic button. And then once this book has been donated to another user, we can add it again if we have another copy. But so that will now appear in our library. So let's go back to our profile, which we can get to with this link or up in the nav bar. So the next section we are going to see on the profile is our wish list books. And this is books that we're hoping to find a user who has it in their library. Maybe we don't want to go searching, or maybe it doesn't exist in the library yet. And so these books will be visible to other users. Maybe they'll see it on the wish list, know that they have it, and say, oh, I didn't know someone was looking for this, add it to their library. And then once there is a match, the stamp will appear on the card, and we'll be able to go to that book view page and see any users that have it in their library. One thing to note before navigating away from this page is thanks to React Redux, each page is searchable. So library books page would be searchable by books, messages by message content, users by user information. And so say we want to see, what we have from a particular author, we can get results dynamically produced that way. And the search bar will clear upon navigating away from each page so it doesn't carry over. But we do see that we do have a match. So we can either get to this book view page from the thumbnail, the title, or the view button here. We can get rid of the book if we're no longer interested. But let's go ahead and go to the book view page. So we can see a carousel here. It looks like only one user has this book. And we can see their profile. Maybe they have other books we're interested in that we haven't thought of. We can get to their profile from the button or the thumbnail. We can reserve this book right here from the book view page, or we can see what people are saying about the book. It looks like Sonia has made a comment So I can respond here, and let's say that wasn't very good. Can delete our comment and make a new one. We can see we have 0 likes currently, but we can like Sonia's comment, and if we change our mind, we can unlike. So let's go ahead and instead of reserving from this page, let's navigate to Sonia's profile, see if there's anything else that we are interested in reading. So we can see her books down here. There is the match, and we can reserve it right here from the card or anything else that isn't currently reserved by me or someone else. We can also see not listed in her library books that she is currently reading, and this will appear on the user's private profile as well. But these are books in an in-between state that have been donated to Sonia. She's still reading them and does not want to offer them up yet for donation. But if we are interested in these books, when they do become available, we can add them to our wish list right here. And if we go back to our profile, that book will now be on our wish list, and when it becomes available, we'll get a match stamp. So let's go back to Sonia's profile. And we do see that she has this match book. So we're just going to go ahead and reserve it right here from our profile. And once we reserve that book, that'll go ahead and be removed from our wish list because we now have a reserved copy. So we're going to go ahead and navigate back to our reserved books. And we can see here that we have this reserved from Sonia. And we can send a message. And now she'll be notified of that message in her nav bar, and we can coordinate an exchange of the book. And if I do just want to go back to the book's main view page, I can always get there from the link from the thumbnail. So the next page a user might be interested in would be the public bookshelf. And this is sort of a collection of all other users' library books and wish list books. To kind of see, it looks like we have a lot of matches for things people are looking for. But you can also see if they're currently reserved, so you know that they are out there. However, they are currently spoken for. But once a book has been reserved by another user and is put back into a user's library, that user won't be able to delete that book. They can only delete books that they themselves are the original user for, that they currently have in their library. Maybe they want to change their mind. But if that book is coming from another user, it can only be in currently reading. Once it's put into the library, that book is available for donation. So we can kind of see that from here. And so we can also search books from this page. And so the next sort of section we would go to, once we've, looked through books, maybe we found something. You know what? Let's go ahead and view this book and reserve it from this page. And there we go. Now we have a reserved book in here, and we can see books that other people have reserved from us as well in this view. But we're going to go to the View Users page, the main dashboard of all users. And so this page is going to be sorted by pending requests. So users that have requested my friendship are going to appear at the top. Then my current friends are going to appear below that. And then maybe people that I haven't had an interaction with yet that I can send a request. Maybe if I like their library, there's a lot cleaner of a view for users' library books. So we can either accept from here, but we're actually going to go down to the friends page, because we have a notification here, and it looks like there is an accept notification from James. I can either go to his profile and see what he's about, but we kind of just saw him, and we're going to get our current friends down here as well as the accept. So we're going to go ahead and accept his friendship. And the next page we would probably want to go to, and we can go ahead and search users here. And search for our friends as well. The next page we are getting a notification for is the messages page, and this is going to be about our reserved books. We're going to get notifications about new messages. So we're going to see We have a couple of new messages. Most recently, we've sent a message. So we can get to, as long as this is not a delivered book, we can get to that reserved books view page, and we can send messages from there. If the book is delivered, the book no longer has a view page. So we still can send messages about this. Maybe something happened with the book, but this is going to be a historical item now. So let's go back to messages. And so we're still going to see the new. We're not going to get the notification anymore, but we still have new messages. So they've been seen, but they haven't been read. So once we do go ahead and jump into this, we can send the message. And if we go back to our messages page, that's going to be sent. Let's say we don't even send one, and we come back to our messages page, that's going to be read. So now let's go back to this book. It looks like, it looks like this one has been delivered, so we're going to go ahead and receive that book. And we are now currently reading this book. It's been delivered to us from Sonia, and it appears in our currently reading carousel. And from here, we're able to add that book to our library once we're done with it, view the book, and go from there. So that is MyBrary, and I hope you enjoyed.